Oh, afternoon coffee. Afternoon coffee. Welcome back, everybody, to the progression. Cody and I are here per usual. We've got Josh, old 97 CrossFit, our youngest ever. Not just affiliate you client, but participant. What are they called, Cody? What is this? What is Josh called?
I mean, I don't know, students.
Student?
That sounds a lot more friendly. Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, Josh is 25. So that means when you started working with us, were you 23? I think Fern and I were talking about you yesterday. Were you 23?
Yeah, I think I was.
Oh, I like that shirt, Josh.
Thanks.
That old 97 CrossFit. That's how you do a nice shirt for your box. That's nice. That's good.
Thanks, man.
I'll drop my.
It was a hit for sure.
Chat. You send me one later. Medium, please.
I got one an extra small for you.
Josh, when he's not touring the country in his death metal band, he's running an affiliate along with your wife, right? Now she's your wife now, right? You're married, yeah. And you got some great stuff going on there. I'm excited to dig into the workout. I know you have a little bit of a time crunch, so for the viewers, we've skipped ahead about 11 minutes in because we got about a 45-minute show today, maybe a little longer with Cody and I at the end once Josh hops off. But Cody, ask your normal questions before we hit play.
All right, Josh, how long have you been coaching?
2.5 years, basically.
That's it?
2.5 years.
All right.
Yeah.
Follow
You're
up.
level 2. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. What's your coaching credential?
Level 3.
So
I forgot you had your level 3. That's right. By the way, this is a lifetime Dan in a band and the box owner and married with his level 3. Yeah, what are you doing with your life, Dan?
So one, like that's already impressive, right? Because we have people that will just wait 5 years to even attempt the level 2, and you're 2.5 years in and already a level 3.
I'm so proud of this guy. We were talking about it yesterday. We had to get Pop's approval to get him started in affiliate. You for he was that young. Like his dad was like, we want to make sure this is you're going to be a good relationship for my son here, right? And here he is, like crushing it. And I mean, the box, just you're loving life, right?
It's great, man. It's great. Cannot complain at all.
Wow. What else, Cody? Anything else for this guy?
Currently, are you the owner? You're the owner of this affiliate. So, how many classes are you currently coaching every week?
Every week. All right, let's think. I'm about like 1 to 3 per day. Fridays I don't coach. Sometimes Thursdays it's just like one.
We worked on that. I had to yell at Josh to take Fridays off. I was like, "You're taking Fridays off."
Wednesdays I don't coach sometimes. Yeah, so it's the balance is there now for sure.
Yeah. He was at that point where he's like, "But I like it." I'm like, "You're taking Fridays off, Josh."
Finally there.
Cool. You guys ready to dig in? You ready, Cody?
Yeah, let's since we're gonna skip over the whiteboard brief, let's just give a really quick brief of like what the workout is we're about to see. So, Josh, what's this workout that we're looking at?
If I remember correctly, at AMRAP 16, partner number 1, if they're a chick, does 200-meter row, 250. If they're a dude, partner number 2 is doing max hang power cleans, 95 for the ladies, 135 for the guys. They switch every time the row is completed.
Are you allowed to say that these days? Can you say chicks
hang
and
power
dudes?
cleans?
Can you do that?
Josh is in like the backwoods of West. Are you in West Virginia or North Carolina?
Virginia, regular Virginia.
Regular Virginia. So there's a couple of years behind the whole PC stuff, Cody. They can say that stuff. For the
All right,
record,
cool.
don't cancel Cody or myself. Cancel Josh if anything he is saying.
Yeah, no, I'll take it easy. I'm cool with it.
Cool. You ready then, Cody?
Yeah, let's kick it off.
All right. So you got to throw. Will you throw it on the screen, Cody? There we go. So I think you were saying we were wrapping up the general warm up.
Yeah, it's getting a little stretch on.
Perfectly.
Even have a spare rower. What?
How many rows you have?
7.
7 rowers.
Hey,
Yeah.
check out that one on the far left. That's old school. I think you can tell. That looks like
is.
that looks like a
It's actually a Model C. That's a Model C. The gray ones like that. When I had Albany CrossFit, we had a couple Model Bs, which are wood, and they don't store upright or come apart.
Oh, goodness.
All right, I'm
So
excited.
today you're focused with rowing, since we don't have to do some crazy dead sprint, and you're kind of just pacing it as the timer for your partner. I want you to focus on that big pull, slow return. So however long it takes you to get to the back with that big pull, should take about double the amount of time to get to the front. So what that would look like, get it going real quick. Big pull, slow return.
Josh, is that rhythm or tempo? You're a musician.
Say tempo.
Tempo, because
2 or 3 of those pulls, I'm already 50 meters deep.
that's a good.
And that didn't look too bad, right?
That's a good lesson. We were talking about this on might have been the coach development. I don't remember, but it's like, yeah, that's the right tempo or rhythm for a row. It should be 1, 2, 3. But if you pull faster, it's still 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? So you still want that double the recovery piece, even if you're pulling faster.
And this is kind of one of the funny things we do to.
Right? That's your wife.
Yeah, right up front.
Yeah.
Since we all can't be on the rowers at the exact same time, I can get them to do the positions on the floor. It was one of the things we did to adapt to having 7 rowers and like 18 people in a class.
Cody, what do you think about this? I think that's novel. What do you think?
I think it's great. I love being able to get people into the positions without somebody having to stand around, right? Like, hey,
that's
you
the
go and you
goal,
wait
yeah.
here first, right? Like now we're interacting with everybody all at the same time.
Yeah,
And that's what I hate. I've tried to do it like on the rower, and I always feel like no matter what, someone gets stuck waiting. And I believe I do have a piece coming up where one person does end up waiting, but I want people to stay moving.
I've never seen this, I think.
I've never seen it either. This is great.
Also, for those watching, I mean, how cool is this box? What was this before you took?
It was
Over.
it was the boiler room of a knitting mill.
Boiler room of a knitting mill. I don't even know what a knitting mill is, but cool.
Biggest industry here in Danville.
But just to show like where Josh is, I mean, we've known each other almost 3 years now, and I've never seen him to have stable internet connection. So that's where he is in Virginia, where they're still working on Wi-Fi.
Crazy band. That's so metal.
That's so metal. He is metal. He is metal. Great guitarist, just not my genre.
That could have been the band name. The knitting room boil the knitting mill boiler room is the band.
Oh, that's
name.
a good band name. Cody, save that. That's what we're gonna when you and I start a band.
You'll go 100 meters, working on the big pull, slow return. Guys, you'll go 125.
Even in the warm-up, the ladies getting an easier row, huh? Even in the warm-up.
That's right.
Very progressive, I would say, right? Is that progressive?
I feel like it's not progressive.
All right, Jay, I do have a question. Like, what do you think about the row? Like the ladies getting a break on the row? I mean, what is 50? What is 50 meters?
I hate it. I think women want, equality everywhere in life, but then they're like, but when it comes to rowing or calories on the assault bike, we want less.
Well, go get Roz. What's that for Roz right now?
Also, 9-foot targets on wall balls. Right? Like, hey, is it equality or do you want look, at the end of the day, I think it's cool. I think it's like women compared to women, men compared to men. However, I do think it is an old school standard because I can tell you right now, There are more women. I would say more women than not are better rowers than me. So why am I always doing more? So many times there's a buy-in in a workout with row or calories on a bike, and plenty of women beat me off of it. That didn't sound right. All right.
That's right. Every time you pull, I want to hear that flywheel screaming.
You know what I like though is the main focus during this specific warm-up, Josh, was just that tempo. Do we say tempo or rhythm? Which is it?
Tempo.
Tempo. Just that's all you're really concerned with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And I think that's cool. This was in our coaches development group. I think Ren was coaching the row, and we said, an easy low-hanging fruit for the rower is just keeping the chain in between those two screws on the front. So I think, the tempo is good. I might have thrown in one more there, like, hey, and by the way, keep it right there. But I think that's cool.
Okay.
Cody, pull up the lesson plan while this is playing. I just want to get another glance at the workout.
I can. Yeah, we'll pull it real fast.
I know it's going to stop. What's the workout?
I don't have it written on there.
It's a 16-minute AMRAP of one person rows, and the other does maximum hang power cleans with hang power cleans as your score. But the row is determines who switches.
Oh, that's cool. So at the end of the day, they're all going 16 minutes. So really, you're like gaming the row. Like, how hard should I go? But knowing at some point my partner's grip or something is going to fail.
Exactly.
Good demo, man. Look at those elbows with that PVC, huh? Oh, man, to be 25 again.
This was the day after a back tweak, too, so I was killing myself right there.
Look, when you back tweak at 25, you're fully healed up the next day.
Something else I want to point out, too, is if you're out there watching this and you're complaining about space and how tight you can get people, like, look at this. These people are squeezed in there right now.
They don't care either. They love it.
It's thrown me off the angle because I've seen the box from a different angle. The back room is like here, right?
It's behind the American flag.
Yeah. So there's another like little small area, but you're gonna keep everybody in class here.
Yes, just because of the rowers being right there. Some people believe maybe one person goes in the back and will do their hang power cleans, but yeah, everybody should stay in that main area.
Cool. All right, let's pay attention here during the specific warm-up, Cody.
Go. Squeeze the butt, shrug your shoulders. All right. Get set up.
Drops the PVC.
Bar should be contact with your quad. A little bit lower from your side. Awesome. Bring the feet in just a little bit. Bethany, send your hips up some.
Nice.
Awesome. Ready.
3 cues.
Go. There you go, Jessica. Far and close on this one. Get ready. And go. There it is, Laura. Back down one more time here. I want you to really focus on squeezing your butt. All right. Get ready. And go. Not forward, but just straight up.
Oh, don't coach your wife.
It's horrible, dude.
So this goes back to I was having a conversation. I was going to say debate, but I'll call it a conversation with one of our clients. Nick is on here, and we were talking about that jump, right, Cody? Was this last week? Was that on the show? Was that? I get everything mixed up.
Yeah.
But you said right there, Josh, like I want you to squeeze your butt, but the coaching progression was a jump.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, you're watching this. I see you in the comments. That's the point. When we tell people to jump, oftentimes we miss that really powerful squeeze of the glutes through the posterior chain. So again, it's not right or wrong, but just be aware. I think in that initial pull, if you want to call it clean, etc., of this, if we teach jump, we see faults. I like to teach people heels down, drive and squeeze your butt. Yeah, it was coach development last week. Thanks, Evan. By the way, do we have all 4 Whack Pack members on here? Just 2. Man, I had to let Boucher cry a little on my shoulder last night, Cody, when he found out he wasn't in the Whack Pack. Come over here, honey. Come over here. Let me nestle you in my bosom, and I will support you. Oh, Mike's here too. We got 3. Just Trish. Yeah, don't coach your wife, Mike. See, this is the position I want, right? I want that. And when we teach jump, oftentimes we skip that. I bet you all these people move better right now. That girl in the yellow made a massive jump, you see? But Caroline moved better, your wife. Watch this woman in the yellow again.
That's my full timer right there.
Yeah. She's just...
Also, she's pregnant.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't want to ask. You never asked. Never assume.
Yeah, she's at that point now where it's like
there can literally be a baby coming out of your vagina, and I'm like, I'm not gonna ask you. Like that's where I'm at in life, you know. But so it's a little. I think that might be happening because she's going around the bump.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, good idea, Dan. Good idea. Don't coach Alex. Yeah, I think she's doing that, so I don't want to, you know. Oh, $10 from Mike. Cody, you're rich. You are rich, dude. I wonder why it's a different color. Does that depending on how much money they give?
Yeah, it's got a threshold. Like, you know, if it's I think like $20 or below, it's $10, or it's yellow like that, then it's 20 and above. Starts to turn green. 100 is like red.
Yeah, we gotta get that red. We gotta see some red on there. You know what I really like that Josh is doing? Your demo, by the way, spectacular, dude. I'm like,
thank you.
Incredibly impressed with those elbows. This is what we were talking about in the coaches development as well. And when I say coaches development, if you join Affiliate U, we have a 1-year curriculum. Your owner, all staff are encouraged. Mike, Nick, right? They're coaches at the affiliates that they coach at, obviously, but they're part of the group. But what we were talking about is how do I get my athletes moving but teaching? You're doing a quick demo and then they're moving, which is great.
For 3 minutes, you're just gonna do 3 reps
with PVC.
That touch and go, and really focus hard on finishing that jump before you pull it.
I think I told him barbell. I think we're gonna do a little skill piece, like a quick.
Yeah, you called it an EMOM. I think you said every 30 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's cool too. Like I think a lot of times with warm-ups, we're like, all right, work up to your weight, whatever that is. I don't remember, right? And it's like, well, this is a great way that you keep class organized. Hey, we're all going to lift every 30 seconds, or maybe it's alternate with your partner every minute, right? Whatever you're doing, especially with a partner, like this is fantastic. What's your coach's name here? This girl?
Jessica.
Jessica, that's right.
It's just ritual. I noticed when they just walked in and immediately talked up. I was like, okay, hey, whatever. He usually does a dead hang. That's what it is.
We were talking about some chalk that was on the floor.
Chalk.
So with the rowers on this side, you guys are probably going to have to be facing like this. If someone else wants to come over here, we can totally fit someone else over here. Plenty of space. Yeah, you can share a barbell on this if you want to.
Cody, that's Marcus calling me, by the way. Clearly doesn't know that we're live on YouTube right now.
Come on, Marcus. Marcus, I hope you see this and know that you interrupted the show.
You interrupted my flow.
Josh, a little bit of feedback right there. You said if somebody wants to come over here in this space, we've said it to others before. Just be more direct. Like I want you.
Would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pick someone and pull them over.
Especially with the spacing here. Like I think you're doing a really good job group management. You got what about 14 people in this area? Yeah, just be a little more like I would have rather have seen everybody on one side of the rig.
Yeah.
You know, that's just stylistic. That's just my thought. It's not right. I mean, it's right because it's me, but
I think that's in the level 4 email that you get whenever you pass the test. It's from now on, you're never wrong.
Yeah, consult level 4 for any life issues. Cool.
Yeah, you can see her going around the baby there.
Honestly, I couldn't tell because of the angle. Now you can see it, but for the record, I still wouldn't have asked her if she was pregnant.
Smart man.
Never. I'm shaking my head because, man, just cue after cue after cue, right, Cody?
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen some. You did some of the pauses with the PVC pipe earlier. I would have liked to have seen it with some load now, and then gone to the faster reps, just so you can see if anything changed from like that lady up in the front and the back. Like, did something change from the PVC pipe to now she's got a barbell with a little bit of load, and can make some fixes there.
Yeah, I think certainly throughout all of this, technically we could be empty bar. We could be calling reps. I mean, you're doing a good job walking around, and they're, except for this partnership here, they're all going at a specific time. So I think that's fine. But I think, there would be nothing wrong with calling reps during this.
See that lady? What's the lady in the blue doing? Just trying to remind herself, like
this one?
Probably so. Yeah.
She was going like this. Like, why can't I get?
Jane will cue herself a lot.
Yeah, and I think to Cody's point, with everyone, there's just when we tell people to do that, it's because we're missing 3 static positions. Well, more than 3, right? But 3 rack positions, call it, receiving positions times 14 people. There's a lot of opportunity to go, because that woman in the blue and even this guy in the green here, if we paused in there and really worked for those elbows, I mean, Caroline's great, but everyone else, I think we can get up a little bit higher in those static positions. What's Caroline? Do you and Caroline have the same taste in music? Does she like death metal?
I think, like, just by proxy, she's heard so much of it around me that she's into it now.
There's no woman likes death metal. Most men don't.
She pretends to. Pretends to for me. Pretends to like my bands, at least.
Yeah, okay. Your husband's band, maybe. Everybody in the chat, what is your favorite band of all time? Favorite band. No judging. Favorite band. Not death metal, just favorite band, artist to listen to. I want to see what we got. All right, as they're working through this. What's the load for this, Josh?
95 for the ladies, 135 for the guys.
Cool. All right. I know it. Be Boucher. I know it. Rend Collective. I've never heard of that. Check them out. DMB, Rend Collective. Nadia, I've told the Nickelback story. Should I tell? I'm not going to tell it again. I know that you all know the Nickelback story. They're great.
Everybody likes to act like they don't like them, but dude, it's the best for workouts. It's funny, but it does the job.
Yeah, if Queen's great. If you hear a Nickelback song, you know the words. That's it. Jack Kroger, right?
This is one part that I didn't like. The in between break time, I could feel my, I guess, time thermometer going off. Like, it felt like it was just taking way too fucking long. But
so
with this group, it tends to happen. And
so here's some feedback, right? Like, a couple of things to consider. One, don't stand right in front of the camera. One, it's not a super heavy load, right? It's 135.95. One, if any, jump to get there, right? Cody's throwing on 45s. He's going. So because of that, we don't need a lot of time. I would have been like, hey, you guys have 3 minutes, load up to get to your weight. The other thing I would say there is, and this is, really Cody's feedback, is when you weren't calling those reps, I think if you would have called the reps, you have a lot of coaching opportunity. So if we're not going to call the reps, what's the goal of that little 3-minute evolution, right? Like, hey, go do 3 every 30 seconds, whatever, 6 rounds. Would we have been better off, like, either calling reps, doing that twice? Like, how many did we really need? So I think you could have consolidated a little of this. Now, with that being said, it seems to me you're running on time
Mhm,
based on the
mhm.
clock on the bottom there. But yeah, I think some standing around going on because your
And this
wife.
was like bathroom break time too, but
Yeah.
it didn't go too long.
But this guy, your wife, like they're loaded, ready to go super quick. So I think that's that would have been an opportunity to streamline a little bit. I'm gonna just because you have to go, I'm gonna just get a little. Here we go.
If you're less than that, again, today's one of those days where I'm cool with it being a little heavier and you not doing a million reps. Right? But if you're doing only like 3 or something, then we need to go a little lighter.
If we were to rephrase that, what's the number? Like, what should they be shooting for? Now, of course, this is relative to their partner, but what was a number you wanted them to achieve consistently?
5 to 8 sets of 5 to 8.
Yeah, so I agree. Like, hey, if you're doing less than 3, we got to figure this out. But yeah, this is a great opportunity. It's a partner workout. It's almost like a hidden strength day.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's almost going to turn into like a 5x5 or 7x3 or how many rounds they're going to get. We're probably going to have to turn it down once you kick this music off. Once you started, I want to see. Well, actually, so how many? It was 16 minutes. How long was the road? 250, 200?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're probably getting like 7 rounds. Right?
Yeah.
By the time there's that transition time built in.
And that's what I was telling them on the row in the whiteboard brief about a minute to a minute 15. You can more chill on the rower today if you want to be.
Yeah. Cool. I love watching everybody.
I can't remember the exact number that I had said on the hang power cleans, like per turn, but I believe like 10 to 15.
Yeah. What do you guys think on a workout like this, hang power cleans? Can we go off the ground on that first one, or do you have to have a deliberate stop above the knee, Cody?
No, it's a deliberate stop.
That's why I work out of my basement
from the ground,
so I can cheat.
And you can't just deadlift it and stop at the knee. You have to come to a full deadlift at the top, then go back down.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. You can't give me a pause power clean and call it a hang power clean. That's not what that is.
What do you mean? That's exactly what it is.
That's
Mike
not
says
what
you gotta
that
stand
is.
first.
I think that's harder, honestly.
I'm glad you're not judging this year.
People reach out to me all the time. Like, I probably get 3 to 5 DMs a day. I'm not exaggerating about judging. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know the standards. I haven't looked at anything. I'm on Dan. I'm with Lifetime Dan here. From the ground, I do what I want. Exactly, Dan.
At Lifetime, you can do whatever you want.
That's at Best Hour CrossFit and Lifetime. So here's what I'm watching the rowers. I'm watching this one right here, completely disregarding your tempo.
Oh yeah. It usually goes out of the window a couple minutes in.
Yeah. So, but I would say like that's where you don't forget, guys. Whatever that woman's name is, slow it down, slow the recovery, harder pulls.
I may come up and say it. I don't know. We'll see. I felt like I didn't shut up the whole time.
That's what it should be like.
There's a point where you feel bad though, and
I want to ask you a question about this woman in blue. She's doing great, but Cody, Josh, I want your opinions. You see this woman watch her reps. Tell me what you think. And it's not about.
I'll give you some context too in a second.
But my point is, she's using 95. Well, she's scream strong. I guess my question is, where's that line of we allow her to move that weight? What's your context, Josh?
So she is like 100% able, but she gets in her head a lot. It was to where I was like, I'm cool with you going heavier and doing less reps per turn, trying to like, I guess, alleviate that urge to constantly kill it. They tend to do the overscaling thing, like the 55 all the time kind of ladies. And I was trying to push her a little bit, and I didn't feel like she was unsafe per se. She was definitely starfishing a little bit and like, elbows not shooting through quickly, but
yeah, I agree. That's what I'm asking. Like, I don't know. I don't know that I would have changed her. We could watch her, as this workout gets a little deeper. Here's Ryan's question. Would the stimulus be the same if the rowers counted as rounds and the hang power cleans counted as reps? No, I think that would have forced people to go harder. It would have made it more of a rowing centric workout because now I'm trying to get more rounds on the rower, balancing out and now I'm a little more fatigued on the clean. So I think then it would have become a little more gaming it. How hard should I go to maximize rounds on the rower but still get plenty of reps? What are you watching, Cody?
I'm trying to see where he's at right now. He's behind the pole that's in the middle of the screen. Like, what are you looking for when you're over there? Because I'm watching the rowers too.
Am I okay? Yeah, I'm. Let's see. I was probably looking at Todd on the rower, the guy in like the burgundy shirt.
Back here, you're right there. Yeah. So you're talking about an injury. It sounds like his hamstring.
Yeah, he had a little hamstring tweak going on, and it got fired up with the hang power clean. I scaled him to just do a muscle clean, a hang muscle clean, and it didn't hurt from there. And he said the rower didn't hurt.
Okay, that's cool. I like that. Mike, you're saying I would have changed the initial little rounded. Okay, I like that. I think, and guys, here's an example of a muted hit. Well, she missed that one.
Oh, yeah, she missed that one.
A muted hit.
And like this early in the workout, like I would have probably already taken her down. Like the next time I seen her get on the row, I would have already chased her out. Yeah.
Would you have?
Yeah, I mean, if we had already seen it this early in the workout, it's like it's only going to get worse from here. So I would have probably already taken the weight down. Like right now, she's sitting on the rower. I would have gone over there and changed her plates for her.
You have to consider she has a partner.
That is true. I don't know who her partner is, if they're using the same weight or not. I think her partner may have a different barbell.
She's behind her, different barbell. I guess every time I went over to her, it seemed like she was fine. But yeah, I don't remember seeing that last one. So if I had seen that, 100% would have gone down for sure.
I think she's right on the line where either decision is acceptable. I think her form's going, but it's not like injurious. Like she's not going to hurt herself because the muted hip is actually limiting what she can move, right? And I also know she's not doing a ton of reps. She's resting in between, obviously rowing, but I don't think there's a right or wrong, but I do think it's right on that gray.
No, the main focus of this workout is the hang power cleans, right?
That's the score.
So one thing I'm seeing a lot of is that you're walking around and kind of paying attention to the rowers, and if the main focus is the hang power cleans, that may be where I would focus more of your time. Like I'm going to stay over here and really focus on the people with the barbell. We've already gone over the row. We talked about tempo. I can maybe follow up with it a little bit, but I want to spend a large majority of my time trying to make sure these people on the barbell are moving really well.
That's a really good point, Cody. Yeah, and especially no one's hurting themselves on the rower.
Yeah, that's true.
By the way, Caroline had no idea she'd be the what happened? Which other? She goes, she'd be the spotlight on this workout. Yeah, definitely, Mike. I just saw that deadlift, by the way, but I don't think that's like she can't do it. I think that's just she's not even thinking about it. She just watch her deadlift, and right there, she's just picking it up without thinking. She's strong. This woman is stronger than she thinks.
Absolutely, and that was another thing too. She left super happy because she never puts the 25s on for something like that. I think either way could have.
There you are, Coach Josh. And I think this is like the art. This is like we talk about all the time. We've been really digging into it lately. This right there is the art of coaching. This is I know this person. I know what she needs.
Well, I don't want it to sound like excuses either, though.
No, it's not, because you're absolutely
this
right.
is why I'm right.
No, you don't. I don't think I know you, so I know that's not what you're doing. And I also will tell you this, like, this is a perfect example of, like, this lady can leave here having had the best hour of her day or the worst hour of her day, and it's really all in what I do. Now, with that being said, I think the best coach is like, I'm going to take you to 75, but I'm still going to get you to leave here. Great. That's hard. I don't know that I could have done that. Like, I don't know that you could have. That's a lot, right? And that's where I'm like, if I'm worried this is going to ruin her day, cool. Maybe I slow her down and I say something like, hey, I want you to hit 2 at a time. Right now, like, there's other ways to work around it, but I'm full agreement on this, Josh. Like, that right there is the art of coaching. That is how you become a world-class coach. You could be the most technical person in the world and ruin that woman's day.
Yeah.
Something I would have maybe done is, if you know that that's an upper limit for her, maybe giving her a set number of reps to do instead of.
I just said that. I literally just said that.
You just said you were going to have her do 2 at a time, but I mean, like, total volume for this workout. Like, hey, I don't want you to exceed 20 reps in this whole workout. That way she's focused on, like, all right, every rep I need to make this count, and I'm slowly chipping away from 20 down to 0.
I like that. And what I would be like is, that's 20 more reps than you've ever done it this way. Don't forget. Like, yeah. And maybe not 20, maybe it's like 35, right? So it's 5 around instead of whatever that number is. But yeah, I like what I said, Cody. Thank you for reiterating it.
Sorry, earlier you gave my feedback and said this is really Cody's feedback. So
yeah, I give you credit. That's the difference. Okay, let's watch her. Well, let's watch somebody else. We've been focusing on her. By the way, your wife over here, moving. That's damn near virtuosity. Damn near virtuosity. She moves.
Try to preach that to the coaches.
Yeah. I mean, overall, I know we've put a little emphasis on her, but everyone's moving well. Like, if this were your level 4 assessment, we need to bring her down. This is a class at your box. Your athlete. We talk to her and we figure it out. But, even your coach Jess over here, she's moving well.
I mean, like, as soon as you said, like, if this was your level 4 assessment, if I didn't know her, 100% knocking it down. Yeah.
And that's the point, right? Like, at your affiliate, your people, right? You also know, like, the people that it's like, hey, you might get hurt, so let's not be dumb. But if you get hurt, I don't want to hear about it, right? Like, that's something too.
And similarly,
we had that conversation.
Similarly, the guy that's was working on the barbell right behind her, he's got a lot of the same faults going on, just not to the same degree as hers. Like, this is obviously not an upper threshold weight for him, but he's still got a lot of the same stuff going on. Muted hip, he could be getting his elbow through a little bit faster, have a better receiving position. So both of those are like, I could kind of hit both of those people at the same time. Like, hey you, right? Maybe she needs to take the weight down. Maybe this is okay for you today, but I need you to focus on this. It's like,
well, and then, what we could potentially do is, you can go back to that warm up, right? And especially when they were moving with the empty bar on their own, this, ties back into what we said. I would guess we would see a couple of those same faults there. And again, that's where, if we call reps earlier and hold those static positions, because for her, that muted hip, same with the dude, like, if we get our butt back holding it, now they're going to feel it a little better. So that could be, that's part of why we do that, right? It's not just only for the static positions, but it's like, we're teaching her those positions better by hanging there. Let's watch Caroline right here. She does have a couple things. What's one thing? Like, watch her feet. Watch your wife's feet.
Oh, yeah.
She's in her toes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it just goes to show, like, even someone moving as well as she is, there's always little things we can do. And I think she's perfect. This goes to coaches, right? Like, if this girl's at your box moving like she's moving, she's not getting coached as much as somebody else. And this is where we need to be able to look at her and be like, okay, let's assess. She was like, thank God you're done with that row. I always look from the ground up. Look at her feet. Look at her feet first. Man, this girl is strong, huh?
Zooming.
She's hopping around because she's moving around her belly, but.
All right, Jay, boy or girl?
Oh, Josh, do you know? Don't say it. Do you know, Josh? Don't
I
say
don't, honestly.
Okay, that's gonna be a girl. She's having a girl.
All right. Well, Josh, you have to report back and let us know.
Will do.
Jay thinks he's got some type of, I don't know.
I'm an expert.
Didn't you say last time it was like just like the way they walk or something?
It's where it's like how much that belly sticks out. Typically, boy, like I don't know, maybe someone knows more than me in the comments. Like Roz this time, it's just like nothing but belly, right? And it's just pushed out real far. And
I believe it's say like her fifth child too. So.
Wow. Well, that might change things. That might change. Cool. We got a few more minutes. When are you gonna have a little kid here, Josh? You having one soon? You and Caroline? Don't do it, dude.
Jim's doing well, but not that well yet.
Yeah, you're 25. I literally waited 17 more years than you did.
I could pull that off, I think.
Yeah. I feel like Ackerman throws around expert in relation to himself. Yeah. I'm an expert in being an expert. Last name. I'll do that. We used to have a rule at the box that if you got a tattoo with the box name, you get a free membership. Same holds true for best hour. Actually, we'll throw this out there. If you get a best hour tattoo, we'll do something for you. Boucher, best hour tattoo. All right. This is where clearly, Rick, we're like 14 minutes into a 16-minute workout. Like we expect to see, this is where threshold training comes in, right? We're going to see movement breaking down. We need to figure out, how we find that balance here. You will. Nikki Sharp, by the way, did everybody watch the second episode of Ted Lasso last night? Ooh. Did you watch Ted Lasso, Josh? Did you get Ted Lasso where you live?
Dude, I honestly, like, my internet where I live is so bad. I can't stream anything. I can't even really watch YouTube videos at home, like, unless the weather's nice.
Maybe this is stereotypical, but I don't think Ted Lasso and death metal I don't think they go together.
Ted Lasso goes with everything. Ted Lasso goes with everything. All right, Boucher, CrossFit Games this year, we will pay for your best hour tattoo. Maybe roll that barbell back behind that lady in blue. I will say this, Mike, okay, they just finished. It was getting a little spicy as far as tightness. Mostly, like, I think this is light enough, but, like, I've gone for a few reps in my life where, like, it slipped on a hang and I fly back. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. How much room is there to the right of this screen, Josh?
The width of that mat that you can see, basically, wall right there. Like, see, I'm kind of against the wall at that point.
Okay, you're up against the wall there. I do think there's a little, like, you can stagger it a little bit. So a couple of things that we could have considered for spacing, right? I don't know why there's volume, but it's turned down all the way. I'm going to pause it.
It's from his class on his screen.
Oh, it's actually live.
Yeah, I'll mute Josh and you keep talking.
So, looking at this layout, since there's room behind the rig, we could have pulled those. I would have flipped the rowers around and pushed them up closer to the wall, and then you have some room to move this bar almost to like the end of the bars, even in the rig space. And then now we have room to stagger.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Turn 90 degrees. That's another option, Dan, to just flip the bars. And now we have one closer to the rig, one further. That's a good one too, Dan. I think either of those, because you do have some space. Like rather than having the ones behind the rig, push the rowers back, flip them around. So you just enter, through the rig and hop off. Cool. All right, we're gonna stop sharing. Let's wrap up with Josh. Cody, you and I'll stick around for a few more minutes if anybody has questions.
Yeah.
During this, because I know Josh has got to get moving. But overall, I think great class. Like Josh, you coach the heck out of it. You tons of cues, just like we spoke about earlier. Take advantage of those static positions in the specific warm up, and then based on what you taught in the warm up on the row, sole focus, and then like Cody said, once the workout started, I probably would have been almost exclusively on that barbell.
Okay.
That's for, hey, Cody, are we on this yet? Did we get the, Cody, stop taking that.
Stop doing my job.
I gave you a job yesterday. Is it done?
No,
Somebody actually messaged me. It might have been Boucher. It might have been Nick. I don't remember. That Savon just uses like a burner phone and has it hooked through like an amp or something. I forget who told me that.
I have to check that out. I don't just have a spare burner phone, right? I don't know.
I mean, we can buy a phone, but I'm surprised this platform doesn't have a way to do it. I mean, we could add them as a guest, technically, right?
Yeah.
But then they'd have to be on the screen.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, they don't have to share their video. They could just be.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. So it's a working. You know what, Mike? Maybe a few extra donations. Get the. We get a little budget going for the show. Right now, it's on a shoestring budget, Mike. Oh, there's Corey. Corey messaged me.
Yeah, we're gonna get the Whack Pack monthly fee. Up to snuff.
All right. So, what do you got for Josh, Cody?
Main thing for me, inside of the workout, I would have liked to seen more cues on the. And I'm gonna mute you real quick. I would have liked to have seen more cues on the focus for that workout, right? Like for the barbell stuff. I think you could have even utilized pausing in the receiving position for that lady that was in the blue, the guy that was right behind her. That's just a way to slow them down a little bit, but also, hey, like I want to really make sure you nail this position. So in this workout, I want you to pause when you catch the barbell for 2 seconds on every single rep, right? So look, there we go for the call-in from Corey, $2.56. What's up with these random donations? We had 763 yesterday, 256. Are they? Is this scraping the bottom of the piggy bank? Is that what it is? Just like this is what's left.
Pocket, pulled out change, yeah.
But that's what I'd like to have seen is like some more coaching on what is the focus for this workout. Some good things is I really like that row specific warm up that you did, like having everybody on the ground. Like again, that's something I've never seen before. We're talking about getting people in good positions. It was really Nikki Sharp. There you go. No donation is bad donation. Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
that is true. We are very grateful to all of you, even Corey Leonard, 256.
Although he did get his is in blue, right? It's below the threshold.
Nikki said for Boucher. First of all, that's gonna be a really bad tattoo if $9.99.
So Josh, that's what I've got for you, man. I really like that row teaching moment. That was a cool thing that I think a lot of people would gloss over, and it was a really good way to get everybody involved.
I was really wondering what you guys would think of that. So that's cool. Like I wasn't sure if it was completely stupid or like. I mean, it does the trick. I've had people that have never rowed get on a rower after doing that, and it looks somewhat right out of the gate. So,
where did you come up with that? Did you make that up? Did you see that somewhere?
I made that up.
Really inventive. Like if I would imagine you show up to a level 4 and throw that out there, they're gonna be like, "Whoo, this guy thinking outside the box." Like that was. Real, I'm like truly impressed by that. Everyone watching, but you don't have a lot of rowers. Like, fantastic move there, Josh.
Hey, look, we have this thing called Cue of the Week, and if you want to video that for me and send it in, I'll put it out there for everybody to see.
Yeah, I love it. Get them on Cue of the Week. When does that go out, Cody?
Goes out. It's weekly, so it goes out every Sunday.
Every Sunday. Yeah, we give out a Cue of the Week, and our newsletters have gone up because of it. Is that correct?
That's true.
By the way,
don't hold me to this, but I believe young Katie has got one coming up this week.
She's so cocky now that she's got her level 3, right? She probably made you add her. By the way, if you're watching, please right now like the video. Is that what they're supposed to do, Cody?
like the video, subscribe, share it. Any way that you can interact with the video pushes it out to more people, and that's what we want. We want everybody to see this stuff.
But definitely like it, and also you can get notifications, right? Like notifications need to be on your YouTube. There should be a bell somewhere, and if you hit that, you get notified when we go live or when Cody drops some new videos. Yeah, cool. Who's a badass Nikki Sharp, Katie or Josh here? This guy. Yeah, no, that was great. I'm like truly impressed. I mean, there's not much. I've been coaching CrossFit over 16 years, involved in fitness 30 years. There's very little that I'm like, oh, that's completely new. I've never seen that. And that's one of the that's up there. So nice job on that, Josh. You know, I think every week Cody and I talk about this after the show. We chat about it. Like almost always, it's like, okay, can we set the box up a little bit better?
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes down to like being a little more deliberate in when you're making the members move and then seeing and correcting. So, I mean, it's the standard feedback, but what we love about the show is this. It's like you guys that are watching, how often do you get to watch somebody else coach level 3 like Josh at in an old knitting mill? Like that's the beauty of this thing. Like, it's just a glimpse into someone else's coaching. And I hope you learn something every time, like whether it's a cool new cue, whether it's the way we warm up for the row, whether it's just, this is a cool workout, let's try it. Like that was great, Josh.
Thank you.
The standard things though, like, yes, that was great. Let's improve at it, but keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And send me that shirt, medium, you know where I live.
There you go.
Sounds good.
I know you got to get moving, Josh. Cody, you and I, let's stick around. Anybody in the chat, if you have questions for us, we'll chime in. Josh, fantastic work. Link up with Cody. You already have his email. Let's get you on Q of the week. I'd love to see that rowing on there. So let's make that happen. Go tell
Sounds good.
Caroline.
Thanks again, guys.
And all the rest of your coaches that I've worked with, keep up the great work.
Will do, man. Thank you all. I appreciate it.
Josh. Cool. Well, we're still here. Thanks, CS. Thanks, Corey. Anybody in the chat? We've got about 7 more minutes before I got to run. Any questions for Cody or myself or anything going on in the coaching world while you're doing that? Oh my gosh, so that'd be CrossFit Wonder Bread. Yeah, an old avocado house Wonder Bread. My dream, Cody, my dream box is an old. We were actually. Oh, you weren't there. This is before you were on the team. When we were at the Rogue Invitational a couple years ago, there was like this old, like it was like a Jiffy Lube type of thing, but it was like blacked out, like clearly like a new business, but like that would be my dream box, like an old like car place where the garage doors open, standalone area, like a little office. Oh, that'd be sweet. Whenever
I was the head coach for a CrossFit gym here, we acquired another CrossFit gym across town, and we moved it to a small engine repair shop, which is kind of like a Jiffy Lube. It had 2 garage doors on each side. It's like maybe 2,000 square feet total. It's kind of small. Had a tiny little front office, but I mean, it was super cool. We just got to throw the doors open, and it's like you have a small rig in the middle, and it's like you're just going to town in there with whatever, like 15 people in every class, and it was fun.
Yeah, depending on like where you live, like Alabama or where that was in Texas, even here in Colorado, like you have to keep in mind, even if it's small, opening those doors on nice days adds just a ton of room, feels bigger. One day I might, expand best hour. I got some people visiting. Tanya and Joby are coming out here in October. Yeah, they're staying in the Airbnb and they want to do a drop in at best hour. So we might have some drop-ins coming. I got to figure that out. Are
you gonna like set up your phone to do your own personal dropping in episode?
Maybe we should do it. Why is the CrossFit Journal no longer adding content? In 2018, it just stops. Can we still send in articles for Bruce? I don't know that you can send in an article for publication. I'm not sure why. And I know the journal went through a few iterations. It was free. It was behind a paywall. That timeline kind of coordinates when Glassman was really making his push for, and also fighting against people that were telling lies about CrossFit. So I'm not sure what the goal is there, but I also think, they've maybe transition from articles to videos. Like, so I don't know the exact answer for that, but you know what? You can literally, Boucher and everybody watching, you can go back to the old journal and read one article a day and probably how long? 5 years be busy for minimum.
It's a lot.
You know, so do we need more articles? Maybe, but go back and reread the old ones.
I remember whenever I first started studying for the level 3, it was basically like, just go back to 2006 and read every article from there on.
Yeah. I mean, the classics in 2001 too, when we went over the level 1 manual, we got one more, by the way, we got a Q&A coming up next week for that. But I mean, all of those are the old journal articles. Let's check out Nick's.
Nikki Sharp said 15,000 articles.
So I'm not great at math, but that's a lot of years, no?
That's a lot.
Nick P, Whack Pack member. How much freedom would you give coaches to come up with their own progressions versus sticking strictly to the traditional CrossFit progression?
You want me to go?
You want go ahead? Yeah, I do want you to go.
Here's how I see it, right? It's the same thing we say about cues, right? The cue is the best cue is the one that works. And so I think you need to know the progressions because that's a tool that's in your back pocket. But I also think like the progression is what gets them from point A to point B. Can you make it happen? And are they moving well by the time they get to the end of it? Whatever that progression is for you, fine. You know your members, you know what they're going to respond to. And I feel the same about cues as I do with progressions. I think you need to know them for sure, just like you need to know the points of performance. On myself there.
You'll start. You'll get to know them soon.
And you need to know the progressions so that that's something that you can deviate away from if it helps you get a member from point A to point B.
I think you nailed it. Like no different than a cue. The goal of progression is to get your people to the movement well, right? Now, the one thing I would add on there is these progressions are, tested weekend after weekend, year after year, and they work. Now, that doesn't mean they're perfect. But let's answer Nick's question actually, right? How much freedom? I would give you enough freedom to feel comfortable doing it if you felt it was right, but know that feedback was coming if it didn't work.
Mm-hmm. That's I think I made a post the other day about feedback, and like there's directive feedback where like you started class late. It's wrong, right? Like that's really easy line in the sand. We don't do that. We start class on time. And then there's subjective feedback where it's like it's not wrong, but maybe it's not optimal, and that's where you need to be open to the feedback that's coming. Like it's okay to try it and cool. Like if it worked, it worked, and if it didn't, then you're gonna have some feedback coming in on that.
Yeah, and I think a good example of that is like Josh's class. Like we were talking about the layout. That's subjective. Like now, keep in mind, I've probably coached more classes than you, right? Like so, my feedback has some validity to it, but it's ultimately stylistic. Now, watching someone move, that's subjective. That's a muted hip. Why are we not fixing it? Right? Yeah. What we want a best hour. What's a vlog? Is that just a video diary?
We need a day in the life of Jason Ackerman.
I'll tell you what. I can just walk you through it. It's basically just dealing with nonsense all day, and then more nonsense on this podcast. And now I've got a whack pack that I've got to deal with, right? So that'd be cool. Maybe one of the events we have coming up with Nate, we could do like a little vlog with me, Fern, you, Mark, like the team, right? We could do some little behind the scenes stuff. That would be a lot of fun. 15,000 articles. Brian Boucher is not a Marine. He is Boucher. What are you? You're like a wildlife firefighter, I want to say. Day in life. We'll get you that. Oh man. 75 hard. I've gone down a rabbit hole on the internet fighting with people. What do you think about what's everybody think about 75 hard? I want their opinion, then we'll wrap up this show. I think it's fun to talk about some of my posts on social media during this because it's like a snippet and then people get crazy, which is obviously the point of social media. But if we were to let's talk about it, I think there's probably value to the 75 hard, right? Look, doing any challenge, there's value in it. You learn something, you don't learn something, you figure something out. couple of things. My issue with most challenges, like what's day 76 look like? There you go, flight paramedic. I knew you were something. My issue with that is I've seen enough people do 75 hard or many other challenges, but specifically this one, and they have like disordered eating. They're like, I'm not working out 2 hours a day, so I'm a failure. Like it's that type of stuff. The other thing about 75 hard, and I say this like, yeah, I agree with Lifetime Dan, right? If it gets the ball rolling, that's value there. I say this, and I say it truthfully. I've literally been doing the 75 hard for like 15 years. Like every day, I have my gallon of water. Every day, I work out, nutrition. I read a ton. Like it's not that hard to begin with. Like, and when I posted this morning on a story, I was like, if you're doing 75 hard, it's because your life is actually easy. Like, you know who's not doing 75 hard? Like people that are working manual labor, people that are working multiple jobs. Like it's cool. It's a mindset challenge, but at the same time, like take it for what it's worth. That's all. Anything to add to that, Cody? I don't know why I went off that. Oh, because Ryan got me angry.
No, I just don't know why you fight with people on the internet.
I don't respond.
You're not supposed to engage. No engagement.
I don't respond. I just read people's comments and mentally judge them real quick. I'm like, this guy's dumb. This gal's good, whatever. Like, but yeah, I've been doing the 75 hard for 5,000 days. It's good. If it doesn't work, it's trash. I agree with that, Aaron. The only thing I'll throw on that is, like, I think a lot of affiliate owners push it. So your members feel like I need to do this because my affiliate owner is recommending it or telling me to. And then it's not for everyone, right? But they don't realize that.
Yeah.
Enough about that. Thanks, Ryan, for getting me angry. I was in a good mood. What do we got coming up, Cody?
That's it for this week. Next week we have our AMA.
AUA.
Ask Us Anything. And that is going to wrap
that
up.
Out there. Has there been any questions? Have you posted yet, or is that starting this week? Because
it'll start this weekend and into next week. That will be us wrapping up the level 1 finally, put a bow on it, and you can ask us anything you want about anything that's inside the level 1. If you ask us anything that's about the level 2, we're just going to kick you immediately out of the chat because that starts the week after. And level 2 is going to be fireworks. It's going to be good. So make sure that you are tuned in and make sure you have the notification bell clicked because
that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Click the notification bell, click the like. Real quick again, rundown off the top of my head. Steve Haydock, Joe DeGane, Jen Hunter Marshall, Lisa Ray, E.C. Sinkowski, Teffy. Is that everybody? I think that was everybody.
We got 7.
I don't know. I have this up right now, but I don't know that was relevant to anything other than my hands. I think I named 7 people. Right? Got a lot of women coaches coming on for that. That's cool, right?
Yeah, I was looking at it. It's I think we have like 1 more female than male, but it's cool.
Jen Hunter Marshall. I mean, old school. I mean, she's a badass. Instagram, yes, Coach Jen. Teffy, Latin America manager. E.C. Sinkowski, legend. Lisa Ray. If you want to go see some of Lisa Ray, she's on our YouTube channel. She did a great chat. And then Joe DeGane, old school 810 CrossFit. Steve Haydock, Flowmaster, black belt in jiu-jitsu. So, what a great! I'm really excited about the level 2 manual. And then
cool. We've got on Thursday next week will be our last Thursday show for the affiliate hot seat before it moves to Monday permanently. We're having a coach named Audrey come on from the Netherlands. Ooh. So unique, we get to see what maybe some issues or some things that they run into across the pond that may be different than what's over here in the States.
Yeah, well, looking forward to all that. Whack Pack. The rest of you, I truly, genuinely look forward to going live on YouTube with you, Cody, with Fern, with whoever, to get to interact with everybody out here. I love you guys. I truly appreciate you guys chiming in. We do this because we love it, but also because we want to give value to you guys. So we hope it's truly making you a better coach, affiliate owner, I dare say human being. Do you think that's fair?
I mean, you did say that we were going to start like Best Hour life advice show. So
Best Hour life coaching. It's really just Boucher. It's just we need. It's an intervention for Boucher. Beetlejuice out. All right. On that note, take us out, Cody.
See ya.